My business partner voted me out of our company. I built a better one and took all their clients. What he didn't realize was that the contracts I'd insisted on years earlier were about to become his worst nightmare and my greatest advantage. I'm Marcus Reynolds, and this story starts in 2015 when I co-founded DataSync Solutions with my college roommate, Kevin Harrington. We both worked in enterprise software for years and saw an opportunity to create better data integration tools for mid-sized companies. I handled product development and client relationships. Kevin managed operations and finance. We split the company 50-50, invested our savings equally, about $80,000 each, and spent 2 years building our platform in Kevin's basement. By 2017, we had our first paying customers and moved into a real office. By 2020, we were doing $4.5 million in annual revenue with 18 employees. The problem started when Kevin's wife, Jennifer, began involving herself in business decisions. She had an MBA from a prestigious program and convinced Kevin that the company needed professional management beyond our startup approach. In early 2021, Jennifer joined the company as Chief Operating Officer. I was skeptical but agreed because Kevin insisted we needed someone to handle the operational complexity as we scaled. Jennifer immediately started changing how we operated. New project management systems, restructured teams, formal procedures for everything. The changes weren't necessarily bad, but Jennifer had a way of making everyone feel incompetent. She'd criticize approaches I'd been using successfully for years, suggesting they were amateurish or not scalable. She pushed Kevin to bring in outside investors, which I opposed because we were profitable and growing organically. The real conflict came in August 2021 when Jennifer proposed bringing in a venture capital firm that would invest $5 million for 40% of the company. This would dilute Kevin and me down to 30% each, with the remaining 10% going to employee stock options. We need this capital to compete, Jennifer argued during a board meeting. Our competitors are VC-backed. We're falling behind. We're profitable and growing 25% year over year, I countered. Why would we give up control when we don't need the money? Because profit and growth aren't enough, Jennifer said dismissively. We need scale, and that requires capital. Kevin sided with his wife. The VC deal moved forward, and by October 2021, we had new board members representing the investors' interests. Kevin, Jennifer, and I were now minority shareholders in the company we built. The new board immediately started questioning my decisions. Why were we prioritizing certain features? Why weren't we closing deals faster? Why was customer support so expensive? Jennifer had been feeding them concerns about my outdated approach to product development. In March 2022, the board called an emergency meeting. Kevin, Jennifer, 3 VC representatives, and our attorney Sarah Mitchell were present. I knew something was wrong when Kevin wouldn't make eye contact. Marcus, we need to discuss the company's leadership structure, the lead VC, Richard Chun, began. The board has concerns about the current management approach. What concerns specifically? Jennifer jumped in. Your resistance to change is holding us back. We need to modernize our processes, but you fight every suggestion. The product team complains that you micromanage them. Several clients have mentioned that you're difficult to work with. That's not true. Show me one client complaint. The complaints are verbal, but they exist, Jennifer said smoothly. Richard continued, the board has decided the company needs new technical leadership. We're offering you a generous severance package, 6 months salary, continuation of benefits, and you keep your 30% equity stake. But you'll no longer have operational control. I looked at Kevin. You're voting me out of the company we built together? Kevin finally spoke, though he still wouldn't meet my eyes. It's not personal, Marcus. It's what's best for the company. You'll still profit from our success as a shareholder. This is bullshit. I built the product. I landed our biggest clients. I'm the reason we have $4.5 million in revenue. And we appreciate that, Richard said with practiced sympathy. But companies need to evolve. We need leadership that's aligned with our growth vision. I had 2 choices, fight legally or accept the severance. Fighting would be expensive, time-consuming, and the VC firm had deeper pockets than I did. I took the severance, signed the separation agreement, and walked out of the company I'd co-founded. But here's what they didn't know. I'd insisted on specific clauses in our original partnership agreement back in 2015, long before the VC money. One of those clauses was a carefully crafted non-compete agreement that Kevin's attorney, and later, the VC firm's attorneys, had barely glanced at. The standard non-compete said I couldn't work for a direct competitor or start a competing business for 18 months. But I negotiated specific language that defined competing business very narrowly. I couldn't create software that did exactly what DataSync Solutions did using the exact same technical approach. What I could do? Create software that solved the same business problems but used different architecture, targeted different company sizes, or added significant new features that DataSync didn't offer. I'd also insisted on a clause that exempted any clients I'd personally brought to DataSync from a non-solicitation agreement. The language said I couldn't actively solicit DataSync employees or clients, but if clients approached me independently, I was free to work with them. This was my insurance policy written 7 years earlier when Kevin and I were best friends and neither of us imagined we'd ever need it. But I'm a careful person, and I'd seen too many founders get screwed by their partners. 3 days after being voted out, I met with my own attorney, Robert Carlson. He reviewed my separation agreement and the original partnership documents. They made a mistake, Robert said, smiling. Your non-compete is full of holes. You can absolutely start a new company if you're smart about how you position it. What about the clients? The non-solicitation says you can't actively solicit DataSync's clients. But if they come to you, that's different. And given that you were the primary relationship manager for most of them, I suspect many will come to you once they learn you've left. I spent April 2022 planning my next move. I analyzed DataSync's product and identified its weaknesses. It worked well for mid-sized companies but struggled with enterprise-level complexity. The user interface was outdated. Customer support was slow. And Jennifer's cost-cutting measures had degraded service quality. I could build something better. Targeting the enterprise market DataSync was failing to capture while offering superior service to mid-market companies that DataSync currently served. In May 2022, I founded Nexus Data Systems. The name was deliberately different, the branding was distinct, and the technical architecture was completely rebuilt from scratch using modern frameworks. But it solved the exact same business problems as DataSync, just better. I invested my severance money plus $120,000 from savings into initial development. I hired 3 developers I'd worked with at previous companies, not DataSync employees, so no non-solicitation violations. We built fast, leveraging my 7 years of experience understanding exactly what customers needed. By August 2022, we had a beta product ready. I started networking with industry contacts, mentioning casually that I'd left DataSync and was working on a new venture. I didn't solicit anyone. I just made sure people knew I was available. The first client to approach me was TechCorp Industries, one of DataSync's biggest customers, paying them about $180,000 annually. Their CTO, Amanda Wells, called me directly. Marcus, we heard you left DataSync. We're having serious issues with their platform, and their support has been terrible since you left. Are you doing anything new? Actually, I am. I'd be happy to show you what we're building. Please do. We're actively looking for alternatives. I gave Amanda a demo of Nexus Data Systems. Our platform did everything DataSync did, plus several features Amanda had been requesting from DataSync for over a year. Our pricing was competitive, and I personally guaranteed response times for support issues. TechCorp signed a contract for $200,000 annually, $20,000 more than they'd been paying DataSync. When their DataSync contract came up for renewal in September, they canceled. Kevin called me the day after TechCorp canceled. What the hell, Marcus? You stole our client. I didn't steal anyone. Amanda called me asking for alternatives. I showed her what we built. She made her own decision. This violates your non-compete. No, it doesn't. Read the clause again, Kevin. I can't actively solicit your clients. Amanda approached me. And my product is architecturally different from DataSync, so it's not a competing business as defined in our agreement. We'll sue you. You can try, but you'll lose, and discovery will be very interesting. How's Jennifer's management working out? How many other clients are unhappy with the declining service quality? Kevin hung up on me, but 3 days later, I got another call. This time from Michael Torres, CEO of Dataflow Analytics, DataSync's second largest client, paying them $240,000 annually. Marcus, I heard about TechCorp switching to your new platform. We've been frustrated with DataSync for months. Can we talk? The pattern repeated 6 more times over the next 4 months. DataSync clients who'd worked primarily with me, who'd watched service quality decline after I left, who'd heard through industry networks that I had a new company, reached out independently. I never called them. I never sent them marketing materials. They came to me. By December 2022, I'd signed 8 former DataSync clients representing $1.4 million in annual recurring revenue. Nexus Data Systems was profitable in its first 6 months. Meanwhile, DataSync was hemorrhaging. They'd lost 30% of their revenue, and their reputation in the industry was suffering. The VC firm was furious with Kevin and Jennifer for losing me, and then losing the clients I'd brought in. Jennifer tried to blame me, claiming I'd violated my non-compete. They sent a cease and desist letter threatening legal action. My attorney Robert sent back a detailed response explaining exactly how every client relationship had begun. They contacted me, how my product was architecturally different, it was, and how their own mistreatment of clients had driven them away, documented through saved emails and complaints. DataSync's attorneys advised them not to pursue litigation. They'd lose, and the discovery process would expose how poorly they'd been managing the business. The real turning point came in March 2023, exactly 1 year after they'd voted me out. Richard Chun, the lead VC who'd orchestrated my removal, called me personally. Marcus, I need to be honest with you. We made a mistake. Kevin and Jennifer aren't capable of running this company without you. Revenue is down 40%, employee morale is terrible, and we're losing clients monthly. That sounds like a management problem. It is, which is why I'm calling. Would you consider coming back as CEO? We'd restructure the board, give you operational control and appropriate compensation. I laughed. You voted me out a year ago because I was holding the company back. Now you want me to save it. We were wrong. Jennifer was wrong. The board acted on bad information. What about Kevin and Jennifer? Kevin would report to you. Jennifer would be let go. And my equity. We'd negotiate. You gave up control for nothing. We'd make it right. I thought about it for approximately 5 seconds. No thanks. I'm building something better. Something I control. You can't offer me enough to give that up. Richard tried to negotiate, but I wasn't interested. Nexus Data Systems was growing rapidly, profitable, and entirely under my control. Why would I return to a company that had betrayed me? By June 2023, DataSync was in serious trouble. They'd lost 15 of their 48 clients, almost all to Nexus or other competitors. The VC firm was trying to sell the company, but the valuation had dropped from $15 million to maybe $6 million. Kevin called me one last time, his voice defeated. I'm sorry, Marcus. You were right about everything. I should never have let Jennifer push you out. I should never have taken the VC money. I destroyed our company. Yes, you did. Is there any way to fix this? Could we merge our companies? Why would I merge with a failing company? You have nothing I need, Kevin. The clients were loyal to me, not to DataSync. The product I built is better than what you have now. I'm on track for $5 million in revenue this year while you're shrinking. I don't know what to do. You could start by taking responsibility. You didn't just let Jennifer push me out. You actively participated. You voted against me in that board meeting. You chose her over the person who built the company with you. I know. I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't undo the damage. But here's some free advice. Fire Jennifer, restructure your product team, and focus on the clients you have left. Maybe you can salvage something. Kevin did eventually fire Jennifer. The board forced it after losing too many clients. But their marriage didn't survive the business failure. I heard through mutual friends that they divorced in late 2023. DataSync was finally sold in October 2023 for $4.2 million, a humiliating outcome for a company that had been valued at $15 million just 2 years earlier. After paying back the VC investment and associated preferences, Kevin's 30% stake netted him about $800,000. He'd turned down multiple acquisition offers above $10 million before bringing in the VC money. Meanwhile, Nexus Data Systems continued growing. By December 2023, we had 32 employees, 43 clients, and $6.2 million in annual revenue. We were profitable, completely bootstrapped, and growing sustainably. I owned 85% of the company, with the remaining 15% split among key employees through stock options. No VC investors. No board trying to second-guess my decisions. No partners who could vote me out. The industry recognized the turnaround. Business publications wrote about my story. Founder builds better company after being forced out. Podcasts interviewed me about navigating non-compete agreements and starting over. I became a cautionary tale about what happens when you betray the person who built your business. The most satisfying moment came at an industry conference in February 2024. Kevin was there representing whatever remained of DataSync. When he saw me, he approached cautiously. Your presentation was great, he said. Nexus is impressive. Thanks. I really am sorry about everything, Marcus. I was stupid. I let Jennifer manipulate me into thinking you were the problem when you were actually the solution. I appreciate you saying that, but we both know you can't undo what happened. I know, but I wanted you to hear it. You were right about everything. The VC money, the management changes, keeping the company small and profitable. I should have listened. I could have gloated. I could have detailed all the ways he'd failed. But standing there, watching Kevin look defeated and diminished, I just felt tired. The lesson here isn't that I was right and you were wrong, I said finally. It's that you chose someone else's opinion over your own business partner's experience. You let someone who'd never built anything convince you that the person who built everything with you was the problem. I know. If you start another company, remember this. Partnership means backing each other up, even when other people are telling you not to. You didn't do that, and it cost you everything. Today, Nexus Data Systems is on track for $12 million in revenue this year. We've expanded internationally, launched 3 new product features, and consistently rank as one of the best data integration platforms in industry reviews. I bought a nice house, upgraded from my 10-year-old Honda to a reasonable Tesla, and invested heavily in employee benefits and profit sharing. I'm building the company I always wanted, successful, sustainable, and ethical. Kevin, last I heard, is working as a consultant for other software companies. His experience as a founder who destroyed his own company apparently provides valuable lessons for others. The irony isn't lost on me. The betrayal that felt devastating in March 2022 became the catalyst for building something better than DataSync ever was. If Kevin hadn't voted me out, I'd probably still be there, frustrated by VC pressure and Jennifer's interference, watching the company slowly decline. Instead, I got a fresh start, full control, and the satisfaction of proving that I was never the problem. The clients who left DataSync proved that. They'd been loyal to me and my approach, not to the company name. Thanks for following this journey from betrayal to vindication. Sometimes getting fired from your own company is the best thing that can happen to you. If you're prepared, if you protected yourself legally, and if you're willing to do the work of building something new. Until we meet again, folks. If you made it to the end, drop a comment. I love reading all your thoughts.